What is up, Planeswalkers? Rix back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and helps the channel. Now today, we are playing Jund Death Whirler. This is a deck that I've been wanting to... Every time I forget. Every single time. This is a deck that I've been wanting to play for a little bit, and now I do feel that it is decent enough. This was a build that was top 5... no, it was a 5-0 list from the MTGO, like, Standard League thing, done by Kition, I believe. So it's essentially just a nice, kind of mostly red deck. I mean, as you can see, it's essentially mono red, plus a little splash for Angrath black, and then a little bit more splash to be able to use the other sides of Find and Finality. But it involves the ability to utilize status with your Chainwhirler and Skarrgan Hellkite for some really interesting plays. Now, we're going to start from the left here. We have kind of our removal suite. We have 4 Shocks and 4 Lava Coils. Shocks are very helpful at dealing with early threats or just early mana ramp cards. So you have your Incubation Druids, your Llanowar Elves, things like that. But also it is a nice way to trigger our Rix Maadi Reveler for a really cheap Spectacle Enabler. And then, of course, we have 4 Lava Coils because Lava Coil is kind of the premium red removal. We're going to be able to just exile most things that we don't want to deal with. Although it can't go to face, the fact that it does deal 4 damage and exiles, I think, is what makes it worth it. We're playing 2 Direfleet Daredevils, and this card is surprisingly useful. I want this card to see a little bit more play, actually, because so many decks right now are running, you know, instants and sorceries and things like that, that you're going to get some sort of use out of this card. And the ability, for example, against a mono red deck, to have 4 men up, play Direfleet Daredevil, take one of their lightning strikes or something like that, and kill one of their creatures is incredibly helpful. Rix Maadi Reveler is a card that I've played in the Spectacle decks, and the reason I really like this card is because early on you can play it as a bear that filters your hand. So if you're, you know, kind of flooding out in your hand, you can discard a land and hopefully you don't draw another land. Or if you are kind of short on lands, you can discard one of your higher cost spells like a Skarrgan or a Angrath and get hopefully a land. But late game, it allows you to refill when you have essentially an empty hand, be it you know, a single card that you don't mind trading in for multiple, or you know, a couple of lands or something like that. So very helpful, and it scales relatively nicely. Then we right here have our status statue package, and the reason I call this a package is because it works with these 8 cards. So first of all, status statue gives our creature +1/+1. Doesn't matter. What really matters is that it gives our creature death touch. So we can hold full control, play a Goblin Chainwhirler for 3, and then before the trigger resolves, give Chainwhirler death touch, which will make his ping, his 1 damage to all creatures, and you know, they're planeswalkers in their face nonsense. It makes that have death touch, so you get to just wipe their board nice and clean. Statue, of course, is just a decent removal spell when paired with the functionality of status, right? If we didn't have the status ingrained in the deck, right, the ability to use it, then status would be just a little bit too expensive for what it does. But because we have that option, statue now just becomes something that can get rid of an artifact, enchantment, or creature. Most of the time you're going to be hitting creatures and enchantments, especially considering there are a decent amount of enchantments running around that are just really annoying to deal with. So having something like that that can remove something that doesn't take too much away from the deck is very helpful. Also, it's a dabbing goblin. Goblin Chainwhirler is a 3-mana 3/3 first strike creature that kills things. Is real strong. I don't have to say much about it. Skarrgan Hellkite. This can either be a 5-mana 5/5 flyer with haste, or sorry, not 5/5 flyer with haste, a 4/4 flyer with haste, to finish off your opponents, or, and this is what I've tended to do with this in practice, is you can play it out for 5 mana and put a 1/1 counter on it. So it's, you know, it's a 5-mana 5/5 flyer, decent, but it allows you to pay 4 and deal 2 divided damage amongst any 2 targets. 1 or 2 targets, I should say. And if you have the ability to also cast status with it, which you should because this costs 4 and status costs 1, and you already paid 5 for this card, then you'll be able to ping off 2 creatures that have greater than 1 toughness, and they die because it has death touch. Another thing that's really nice is it combos really nicely with Lava Coil to kill 6 toughness creatures. It combos really nicely with just pinging your opponent's face to deal a little bit extra damage. And it combos nicely just by being a flying threat. I found that a decent number of players don't play too many flying creatures unless they're kind of specific decks. So this is our value package, right? We're playing a Jund mid-range style deck, so we need some form of value, and what we have here is Find mostly Finality a little. You very rarely are going to be playing Finality because if you're going up against a go-wide deck, typically you're going to be like dead by turn 6 or by the turn that you can actually play this. But if you aren't, you can play it and it's helpful. But what's really helpful about this card is Find. So we're going to be able to get back 2 of pretty much any creature we need, right? If our opponent uses double removal spell on a Rekindling Phoenix and then they force you to discard the other, find both of them back, and now you've, recouped all of those losses and have to deal with them again. If you have status on in your hand, but you really need some way to deal with your opponent's board, and you have a Chainwhirler in the bin, find back a Chainwhirler plus an additional creature, maybe a Direfleet Daredevil or something, and just have that extra flashiness. Very, very helpful card. Something I do want to point out really quickly is I forgot to mention Direfleet Daredevil doesn't have flash, so you can only do it on your turn, which is unfortunate. It means that you can't hit your opponent's counter spells and things like that, but I guess it's fine. This is colloquially referred to as Slapcaster Mage, because you don't get the snap, but you do get the slap because it's first strike. Rekindling Phoenix. It's a really annoying card for people to deal with. It's real good. And then Angrath, once again, is real good against an opponent who has, small CMC creatures, or his -3 also sacrifices Hydro Crisis, because by the time it's actually on the field, it will once again only be a CMC 2 creature, so that's very nicely. But being able to just force your opponent to discard and shock them every turn is really, really solid. This is the mana base. This is just the straight direct mana base that I took from that deck list, and he is running 2 Rakdos Guildgates, and I think that makes sense. We typically, aren't going to be playing very many things on 1, considering shock is our only real one drop. This is not a 1-drop really. It means that we can justify playing exactly 2 Rakdos Guildgates. So the deck is a ton of fun. It does die to some heavy control depending on when exactly they get their control up, but it's a nice fun deck that has a lot of interesting tools, a lot of interesting play patterns and things like that. So let's see how many games we can play. I really should turn off my phone so that it doesn't go zzz in the middle of the game. The past couple of days, I've just continually forgotten, I should say, to get, to refill my water. So I'm sitting here with, no water. Alright, there we go. Opponent's going first. This is a fine hand, honestly. We're going to be able to Blood Crypt into Rootbound Crag, Lava Coil if necessary. I'll keep this. If this is, mono red, then we have Lava Coil into, Direfleet Daredevil on a shock or something. Alright, and it looks like that's what it probably is. And this is a nice blocker for what it's worth, just because of the fact that if it does die, right, then they'll still have to spend some resource to kill the egg. So I wonder if they're going to shock me end of turn here. Nope, they decide not to, and I think that's correct. If they do have a shock, it might be better used to enable Spectacle. Now this needs to die. Runaway Steamkin really just is a runaway situation in this game. If your opponent has a Steamkin, do your best to get rid of it, right? So, alright, get you Lava Runner. Don't mind that at all. So I could just play out the Daredevil now, though it'll probably die to a shock. Definitely not sure. And the thing about it is a 2-1, which is unfortunate. So a shock still kills it, even if we status it, right? So, do we force them to use the shock, or do we try to take advantage of the shock later on? I think, honestly, we just force them to use the shock here. Let me know what you would do down in the comments. Oh man, it's hard, right? We'll do it because a shock at our Direfleet is still a shock that's not going to our face. We have double Rekindling Phoenix, so I do assume that this is going to die. But the reason I did that is because we have double Rekindling Phoenix, so we don't actually have a good sequence of when we would utilize our opponent's shock. Now again, that could be super wrong, because it is still good value, but let's see, do you have another shock to activate your Lava Runners? Wizard's Lightning, alright. So that is a Wizard's Lightning that can't go to one of my Phoenixes. Ow. Angrath, not bad. I should mention that this deck is running 25 lands, and there were a few games where I just got stuck on 4. Lava Coil. Lava Coil. Very, very good answer to Phoenix. And ow. Alright, well, I have another Phoenix. My opponent luckily is stuck on 2 mana. If we let their Steamkin stay alive, it would have been bad news bears for us, for sure. Firebrand, that is fine. They're going to ping my face, and then I assume they're going to skewer my face? No, Light Up the Sage, okay. Still no land, that's very good for me. Especially since next turn I can play my other Phoenix. Oh, that is an interesting choice. We are down to 6. So I can play the Summit, and I guess hold up status. But let's see, down to 4 from this, but that's 2 mana. So let's say they top deck a land. They play this. They put me down to 4, and then they can Lightning Strike me. Or no, they can't. Like, they would be able to Wizard's Lightning me. The deck unfortunately doesn't have very many ways to gain life. So I can't actually attack this turn because my opponent has the ability to play Gitu Lava Runner, which would be another source of damage, so I just can't really justify that. So they are playing Lava Runner, okay. They are going to play Viashino, alright. This is going to hurt my face. I'm down to 4. I can kill both of these. Yeah, there's no way they attack, I don't think. Okay, my turn. Alright, so we have another land. So I can Finality. I guess I can attack with... I attack with 1. Finality. Make the one I didn't attack with larger. That way it saves us from... Let's see, how many Lava Runners have we gone through? I guess actually... I guess I don't attack with either, right? Because they could also have Firebrand. I have to play around as much as I can. Oh wait, one of them's gonna die anyway, right? Yeah, if one of them's gonna die anyway, then it is correct to attack with 1. Yeah. Okay. And, well, I'm eating my words. I'm gonna go ahead and use Finality. The thing about it is I'm not technically really eating my words because of the fact that we still could just die, right? Shock into the Spectacle card, Skewer the Critics, kills us. Risk Factor is really difficult to deal with, and here's Skewer the Critics. Oh, Light Up the Sage for a Skewer? No, okay. So we're still alive. We're at 1. So we need to kill our opponent quickly. I think honestly we attack in here, put them down, like we kill them next turn. I think I just hold up status, right? Playing Angrath does nothing for me here. Because these cards are not in their hand. I think the correct decision is just hold up statue. Because if our opponent just plays a haste creature, then we can kill it. The problem... Okay, so they had nothing in their hand. Whew, that'll land. Oh man, that one was close. That was close. And definitely be sure to stay for after... Can I have that? Thank you. For after the actual gameplay. And I'm gonna talk about the sideboard that this person went 5-0 with. So this is technically a deck made for best of 3, but for variety's sake, I'm playing it in best of 1. And I'm still playing ranked because the queue times are significantly better. This hand is not good. We have no black, which technically isn't a problem, but what's most important is that we only have 2 lands and they both come in tap. So we're gonna go and mulligan that. This is fine. It's not fantastic, but it is fine, right? It does what we need it to do, and we can play a turn 3 Chainwhirler, so this is good. We're gonna scry any land on top to the bottom. So our opponent is waiting as well. All right, keep this. That is not a land, so that gives us something to do. Once again, if this is more of an aggressive deck, I will just be playing Daredevil on turn 2. Heck, if it's a control deck, I might be playing it on turn 2 anyway. If I suspect it's a mid-range deck, I think that's when I would hold the Daredevil, but... Interesting. Footlight Fiend. Footlight Fiend. This is Mardu. This is an aggressive style deck. But do I want to play Daredevil? Not really, because if I play Daredevil and then play Chainwhirler on turn 3, then this would die at the bare minimum and kill my Dire Fleet for essentially no value. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this. Next turn I can Chainwhirler, the turn after I can Phoenix. Unfortunately, this deck has access to... Interesting. Has access to both... Well, if they're actually playing Mardu, they may not be. Lava Coil as well as Vraska's Contempt. I don't know to what extent they play either of those cards. I haven't really checked it out very much, but the ability to take both of these off the field with this one card is very helpful. It you know, stems Legion's landing ability to do anything. Potentially keeps them on. No, okay. So they are the Mardu version. They're playing Instigator. Okay. So this is more of a token style deck, I suppose. And they don't have anything here. Nope. So I'm just going to attack because we do still want to, you know, take advantage of our ability here to do damage. We're not under too much pressure, so we're going to go ahead and attack it with Rekindling Phoenix. I feel as if the past 2 videos have been very sterile in terms of... Interesting. In terms of the, you know, the actual commentary and stuff. But, for... Is my opponent going to, like, die if I play this for 4? 4, 8? Put him down to... Yeah, YOLO. Just gonna kill you. Cool. They've been a little more sterile, you know, less singing and stuff like that. It's not because of anything other than the decks I've played. I've been trying to, like, really showcase the power of the decks, so I've been trying to be real nice and specific with all of my my commentary, but do not... Okay. But don't worry. The singing will still occur. De temps en temps. This hand... I don't think we can keep this hand. If we had one more land, obviously it'd be fantastic, but I don't think I can justify keeping this. Even though we have 25 lands, right? Stumbling a little bit against a lot of decks destroys you. This hand's significantly better, right? We have a 2, a 3, and a 4. Do we want Rix Maadi Reveler? Yeah, I do. I think Reveler's fine. If they play a bird, we're bolting the bird. Nope. So there might be a Gates deck. I'm going to play this. There might be a Gates deck. If they are, I think I'm fine playing the Rix Maadi Reveler just to get in some early damage and dropping the Lava Coil. They could also be Merfolk, in which case I wouldn't really want to lose the Lava Coil, but I'm going to err on the side of this being an actual Gates deck. So now I just need to draw, like, lands two in a row. Okay, it's... Nope, I'm so confused. I think it is Gates. When I saw the forest, I thought it was like, oh, it's Merfolk. Okay, it is Gates, yeah. That's nice. So that allows me to... It allows me to at least play my Rekindling Phoenix. So right now, they would need to play an additional gate in order to clear the board with the gate spell. Gates Ablaze, I think is what it's called. But if they don't have that... Oh, Gatebreaker Ram. Alright. That's fine. So I could... Lava Coil now, and then attack with Chainwhirler, but I think it's better just to get Rekindling Phoenix out. Ooh, but I could also just attack with Rix Maadi Reveler and then Lava Coil it. No, I want to get Rekindling Phoenix out because it's a source of repeatable damage. Taking a single like six points of damage from Gatebreaker Ram is not too bad. And even if they play exactly one more gate here, we should be fine. Not even a gate. Okay. I am worried about when they get to 6 for the Archwayman. That is also unfortunate. I guess I could just double block here. Double block here. The question is, I can't really race that. Oh, I guess I can block here, right? Yeah. Why am I dumb? I can block here. It just comes back. Don't worry, everyone. I totally knew that. So that's one of the things that I've been trying to get better at, is seeing actual mistakes. Like, just blatant things that I could be doing. Unfortunate. It's another Hellkite, and we don't have the mana for it. This is what I was saying, right? This is a 25 land deck, and sometimes we just get stuck on 4 for super long. But I'm really dreading, like, an Archway Angel. I don't know if this is the version playing 4 colors. Okay, that makes me think that they aren't, so... Open the gate, sure. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't have Vigilance, so... I'm not too worried about it. Oh, come on. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I mean, I could have saved that in hopes that I got 2 Lava Coils, but... Like, if I top deck a land, right, I can kill my opponent, because I'll take their Gate Colossus. And I'd be one off of killing them with Skarrgan, right? If I had drawn 1 land, instead of, like, these 2 things, this game probably would have been over. Luckily, you know, they don't seem to be doing too much. The problem is I'm going to be at 4, right? So I need to draw a land. Yeah, I'm at 4. I have to draw land this turn. Okay. This isn't too bad. I can play this. Damn. I'm just worried about another Gates Ablaze. I can block with this thing, right? Yeah, this doesn't have... Oh, no, I can't block with creatures power 2 or less. Fudge. If they have a Gates Ablaze, I'm just dead because I didn't draw a freaking land. So essentially, if they have Gates Ablaze, like, I'm dead anyway. So I think I should just put them on lethal and use this Chainwhirler to block. Hope that things go well, but just drew incredibly poorly. Okay, that's not a Gates. I assume that's what they're digging for. Don't have a Gates Ablaze. Oh, okay, I think they're still digging for exactly that. What does this do? Oh, yes! We won! Okay, I shouldn't say we won yet. Yes! Oh, we stuck in there. Ranked up to Silver 2, I think? Probably should have done Silver 2 now. Always nice when a video, yep, Silver 2, works with you and gives you, what, 3 wins in a row? Heck yeah, bud. Was that 2? I have no idea. Okay. Ooh, yikes. We're going second, and we have Rix Maadi Reveler, so I actually think this is a keepable hand. Different from the other ones is the fact that we have Rix Maadi Reveler and something we don't care about. Like, we don't need duplicates here. So, since we're going second, and we have this, I will keep this hand. And the fact that we have 25 freaking lands in the deck. Alright, possibly going to be Phoenixes. That enters tapped. No. Possibly also Gates. Reveler, could you please do me a favor? Draw me a land. Are you serious? 25 lands in the deck. Why? Guild Summit, alright, yep. Can I draw a land? Thank you. I would really like to draw another land next turn, so I can statue this before it gets too out of hand. But if we drew a land last turn, and then another land this turn, everything would have been better. so many times, I think, should I just concede? They have a guild summit. I have not a lot going on. I'll give it a couple more turns. What do you got? You gonna play an Archway Angel? Gain 2, 4, 6 life? Alright. Waiting for the Angel. Show me the money. Friend? Ah, it's an explosion. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. Why? Oh, I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. Obi-2 Kenobi. I mean, this is a hand. Don't really want these cards early. I'll keep it. I'll begrudgingly keep it. Well, this is why you never talk about how well your video's doing, because you know, arena giveth and arena taketh away. I love the art on Find, because it looks like this bug is like worshipping her, and it's so adorable. Also, Vraska looks hideous here. Izoni looks, in my opinion, better here than in her normal art. I think the promo art of Izoni is the best, but I for some reason I just like the feel of this art a little bit more, and it's probably like 50% because that adorable ass bug, man. The bug is so cute. And then Vraska, she didn't look very good. She looks gaunt AF. Alright, so going up against a Gruul deck, potentially a Teamer deck. And I didn't have things to kill this. Alright, looks like maybe they kept us shady hands. No, keeping that on top. Okay, yeah, means that they still have a thing. Deck, why is my Anguish funny? I don't want this. I want something playable. I mean, I'll be able to play Angrath this game. Alright, so they're Gruul. Doesn't look like they're playing too much of a quote-unquote real deck, so... Could be like just a dinosaur thing that happens to have Branchwalker, but... Do I block that? Yeah, I'll make that trade. Ooh, a Skarrgan. Nothing to... Nope, nothing to take. So I guess I just pass the turn and do nothing. And the next turn, I probably just statue something. And then the turn after that, I, depending on the board, Angrath or Skarrgan. Let's see what it is. They can play something for 5 here. And attack me for 2. Nope, they're going to attack me for 3. Alright, just for 2. Fine then. That hesitated. Ranging Raptors. Don't mind if I steal one of those with my statue. Or with my Angrath. We're going to go ahead and... pass? Yeah. The hope is that they play a large dinosaur I can kill. I just need a large dinosaur I can kill. I guess I can Finality this board, actually. So I'll take these lumps, and then I think I'll destroy this, because I don't want them getting value over me. So we're going to go ahead and statue this. Of course, we're going to top deck a Chainwhirler. Alright. So it's 2, 4, 5. What does he go up to? He goes up to 5, so I don't want to do that. Instead, I would rather Skarrgan with +1/+1 counters. And the reason we're doing +1/+1 counters is not only does it allow us to block things, but it also survives our Finality even better. Nope, leave him alone. Don't you dare touch my Hellkite. That dies to Finality, so I don't care. Galta! Oh! 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 It's a good thing, they don't have that. Oh, Thrashing also dies to my Skarrgan. I can block the Raging Raptors because they'd have to shuffle away Galta. Which they might do. Yeah, I'll block. I don't really care if you have 5 mana, because you have 5 mana now and nothing to do with it. Does he take the bait? He does, alright. And the reason that is fine with me is because, oh wait. If I do this, +2, no, it's a minus overall. So we'll go and attack with Skarrgan. And then I'll go ahead and Finality. Take action, put it on Skarrgan. Bada bing, bada boom. So, for those of you who weren't aware, he flashed down to 3/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carnage Tyrant. That's unfortunate, but luckily for me, I have a Skarrgan Hellkite. So I can block. Now, it will suck if my opponent...
You're just fuel for the fires of freedom.
top decks a fight card. Like Rabid Bite or something. I have a Planeswalker. I'm blocking each and every day. Alright, cool. I also have Angrath to get that card out of your hand. Of course, now I'm drawing a bunch of land.
No fire.
No steel. Let us go ahead and play this, because now I can double up Skarrgan's activations. And ping my opponent down to 5. Alright, cool. You gonna attack yet? Nope. Fantastic. We beat a Gruul Dinosaurs deck. What are we at? We're at 31. You know what? I got a bunch of stuff to do. Also, I need to finish grinding this, so I'm going to head over to packs. I have 3 packs? Jeez. Packs. Let us go with Dom this time. And then I'm going to head over to the sideboard where I'll talk about some of the cards that Kition is running. I think it's Kition. I don't remember. My memory's garbage. And gold. Or gems. And more gems. And more gems. No! Oh, well, alright, that's fine. I do want to see, what is the mythic rate here? Don't they tell us? Oh, they're 1 in 30. Jeez. 1 in 30, alright, well. Alright, so real quickly, we're going to go into here. And we're going to talk about the sideboard a little bit. For Duress, pretty obvious. This comes in against any deck that is utilizing non-creature spells a lot. So super non-creature heavy mid-range decks and control decks, essentially, is what you want to bring in this for. Cindervines, it just dominates against both control and heavy spell-based decks. So things like Drakes, things like Mono Blue even. Being able to just frustrate the hell out of them is fantastic. And the fact that Cindervines is an on-board way of dealing with a Curious Obsession is really nice. It also blows up Wilderness Reclamation, blows up Eldritch Reborn, any of those annoying enchantments that you have to deal with. 2 treasure maps. My assumption is that this is value against control decks. I'm not entirely sure. That and or mid-range just allows you to accrue a little bit more value, not only with the scry, but also with the drawing cards. 2 Fight with Fire, fantastic as kind of removal against, a normal mid-range deck that has, larger creatures for the actual cost, and also is a nice way to utilize your mana at the end, like near the end of the game, to just finish off your opponent. Very helpful. 2 Karn, Scion of Urza. Once again, my assumption, since I didn't actually play with the sideboard games, is that this Karn is for mid-range decks and for control decks, where you just need to accrue a lot of value and or have a card that creates an army by itself. And then 2 Banefires, because control. We just want to burn them to death. And sometimes we need a Banefire to do that. So it's 2. Alright. Man, this Jund Deathwhirler was quite a bit of fun. I, of course, would like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander and Zaraga, for their continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting the channel, you'll find links at that down in the description below, along with links to my Discord server, where people hang out and chat and all that sorts of things, my Aetherhub account, where I host all of my decks, and Tyler Walpole's stuff. You should totally check him out. He's a magic artist who is drawing our characters for the D&D group. I believe he will be... Oh, darn. Oh, wait, no. He should... If you're watching this as soon as this goes live, I believe he works on it on his Twitch channel at like 9 a.m. or something like that on Mondays and Wednesdays. So check him out. Like right after this video is done. man. Anyway, I enjoyed that video. I hope you guys did too. If you did, go and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, and pass the turn and the video to your friends. And until next time, all will be one.